Hello One Piece nerds, welcome back to another video. Today let's talk about the CP0 guy. So with CP0 guy, as of chapter 1049, we see in between, before the final clash between Luffy and Kaido, you see the other CP0 guy, the last remaining CP0 guy in Onigashima, running away from it before it crash lands. You can see a moonwalk and going towards quite possibly the world government ships that are stationed there. So, what is there to talk about the CP0 guy? So, let's start off with the fact that he was given an assignment or a mission to eliminate Straw Hat Luffy no matter what the cost, and so he failed. The other guy failed, but you could say both of them failed, because he didn't say that you have to kill Straw Hat Luffy. He said we have to do it. It's an immediate order from the Gorosei, and it takes priority over any other mission we have. And that too of capturing Nico Robin. Which is crazy to believe that the world government fears the Hito no Mi model Nika over the only person who can decipher poneglyphs, which literally emphasizes the importance of Luffy's Devil Fruit. So, that is, I would say, this is considered to be one of the most important and dangerous missions the CP0 has ever faced. If capturing Nico Robin doesn't take priority over capturing Luffy, I would say this is probably the most important mission the three of them could have gotten in Onigashima. Now that they failed, what's going to happen? What do you expect the CP0 guy to do? Now, we know that since the mission failed, if he goes back to the Gorosei and tells them that the mission failed, they're going to capture him. They're going to capture him and they're going to torture him the same way they did with Who's Who. They're scared. The bowler hat guy was scared of that consequence as well, and the same could be said for the other one. So, will he still have the guts to call the Gorosei and tell them about the mission being failed? I would say yes, because if that's not the case, I don't see where this goes. At least with him reporting that they've tried and one of the most important members of CP0 has been eliminated, I still think the right thing to do for him is to report on the fact that the attempt actually failed, and we can't do anything about it. It's your problem now. Even if that kills him, I still think he would do it. Now, what happens then? He reports to the Gorosei that all this is going down, that they failed to capture Luffy, and Kaido is defeated. I would probably say that before he goes off to the ship, he'd at least be watching from the sidelines of what happens to the fight. And it's safe to say Kaido is defeated. And after he gets that confirmation, you expect him to go back to the ship, call the Gorosei, tell them everything. What would the Gorosei do now? If that thing takes priority over facing Kaido's wrath, I would say they would be immediately sending forces to Wano. But sending forces to Wano is no easy trick. First of all, if we consider Marineford, New Marineford, to the distance of Wano, it'd take at least 2 to 3 days without any interruptions, or maybe even 4 days to get to Wano from New Marineford. Let's say 3. 3 days is a long time, by which the Straw Hats could escape. But the Straw Hats don't know this. They don't know the world government's coming. So, and even beside that, it's gonna take a lot. I would say at least just to be on the safe side, considering the Gorosei has been ignoring Luffy for the past 2.5 years of Luffy's journey. Ever since he was known in Alabasta, they had to deal with other stuff. They had to deal with Whitebeard, and then they went off the charts, and now they're back. You'd think that now they won't be, underestimating Luffy. Luffy is now an emperor. Legitimately an emperor. Before it might be a fluke because he escaped Big Mom, but this time he's been in Kaido, the Beast Pirates, one of the four Yonkos, and Big Mom is down. Big Mom is also down. And you'd consider Luffy a legitimate threat. Regardless of his fruit, he is definitely Yonko status. In order to take a Yonko fleet down, maybe he doesn't have the fleet, he only has his crew. You would still need at least 2 admirals to deal with them properly. At least to make sure that nothing goes out of hand and nothing is miscalculated. I don't think the Gorosei would take any chances with this. Now, what about forces? Do they have the capacity or the capabilities of sending 2 admirals to Wano at this point? If you remember, in between Act 2 and Act 3, there was an interlude where it stated the abolishment of the Shichibukai and that the Marines were focused on getting back the warlords. Now, what happened? Can they, or what position are they in right now from that point on? We know the raid it's been a day since the raid has started. Or maybe one night the raid has started. And we could think that all this, the Shichibukai thing, took place before, at least 2 weeks before the raid started, which is while the preparation was going on. Because you remember X-Ray talking to Kobe and saying that Kobe was going to the Pirate Empress Boa Hancock to capture her. This was before the raid started, and this was before... I won't say this was exactly 2 weeks before the raid started, but it's definitely before the raid started. Because we see X-Drake not probably in Onigashima, probably in the Flower Capital. So, it's safe to say it's been about 3, 4, maybe 10 days that all of that conflict is resolved. Do the Marines have enough forces on them to take and go to Wano to do all of this? I would say yes. Even though Sakazuki doesn't want it, we've seen Sakazuki sort of, avoid entering into Wano because it's a lawless territory. Now that the Gorosei have ordered this, I don't think Sakazuki has a choice. Sakazuki doesn't have a choice. I think he has to. He must send the admirals and marines to Wano in order to secure his post and in order to make sure that, absolute justice is served. And so, here is my justification for the point that a third party will now be entering Wano, and that would be the Marines. The Marines make a perfect candidate, the CP0 guy leaving, and with them not wanting to enter Wano but make a connection that Wano is definitely important, you'd want them to go there now. The only build-up left is this climax. That would be the trigger that pushes the Marines towards going to Wano and ending the conflict once and for all. Now, Blackbeard might still come into play. I'm not saying that's completely out of the cards, but I'm not the writer. I'm just saying what feels right. What could possibly happen over analyzing this entire thing over the past 3-4 days. That is it for the video. You guys feel free to agree, disagree, put your thoughts down in the comment section below. And well, that's it for this video. Until next time, peace.